And a very warm welcome, everybody, and welcome into the Ladies Football YouTube channel once again for day 2 of the AIG HCC Championships here at DCU. We are just a few minutes away here from the Lynch Cup final between DCU and ATU Sligo. Both teams just going through the last few minutes of their warm-ups here, and we have a couple of changes to bring you, so we'll start running through the teams now. And we'll run with DCU first. They have 2 changes to their lineup. In goals, it's number 1, Orla O'Connor. Full back line of Ellen Canavan. And then number 17 is in place of number 3. So number 17, Roisin Lennon, in place of Leighton Murphy. Holly Gilligan, the captain. Then it's Sinead Kelly, Shauna Slattery and Mia Mackin. Midfield 2 of Shauna Hagan and Anya Smith. Number 19, Emma O'Brien, is in place of number 10, Emma Hickey. Then a half forward line of Rhiann Smith, Caitlin Doherty and Alana Boland. And then we have Colleen Hughes and Rebecca Riley finishing off the DCU lineup. Moving on then to ATU Sligo. Only one change for them this afternoon in terms of who's starting and who's not. But we do have a change of numbers. So number 10, Hannah Prendergast, is actually wearing number 30 for this game. And their lineup then is as follows. It's Catherine Gallagher in goals. Full back line of Ciara Traynor, Ciara Corrigan and Leanne Galvin. Natasha O'Rourke is wearing number 5 alongside Laura McCartan, and number 27, Cara King. The 2 in the midfield are Hannah Sheehy and Ciara Walsh. Sheehy passed a fitness test to start today. Then it's Dervla Lynch alongside number 28, who comes in place of number 12. So Anna McDaniel starts in place of Emer Clune and Orla Hennessy. And Rebecca Higgins and Kiva Farmer round out the ATU Sligo lineup. Referee for this afternoon's game is Seamus Mulvihill from Kerry, as both teams receiving their final few words of encouragement. As we mentioned, it's day 2 here in DCU. A fantastic day yesterday with 4 finals taking place across the day. It all started with the HCC Cup and Queens getting the win over the Royal College of Surgeons in the first game. Coventry, they won the Lagan International final. Then it was the Donaghy Cup, which TUS Midwest won over the University of Galway. And we rounded off last night with Setu Carlow beating ATU Galway in the last game. So we're on to Saturday's action. And thank you very much for joining us here for this afternoon's games. Of course, we have the Giles Cup coming up at 2 o'clock. We will be bringing that to you as well. It's a lovely day here. The sun is out, no rain or anything to speak about, and the wind seems to have died down quite a bit from what it was this morning. So it's a lovely day for football. And Sligo aiming to win their first ever Lynch Cup. DCU, well, their name has been on Connor Cups later today. We see Hannah Sheehy and Ciara Walsh in there for Sligo alongside Shauna Hagan and Anya Smith. And we are just moments away from throw-in. A great big crowd down here in DCU this afternoon. It's great to see so many people out supporting the college games, and we are underway. And it's Sligo who get the ball in their possession first and work the ball now out towards this right-hand side with Laura McCartan, who takes a kick pass in towards the forward line, looking to make an early move stick. It's now the number 14, Rebecca Higgins. The ball worked well off the hands, and a chance here of an early score, and it is an early goal. It's from the number 11, Dervla Lynch from County Cavan. And that's a flying start for Sligo. And now DCU with a chance to get their first possession of the day, but instead it's turned right back over and into Sligo hands. It's the number 27. And looking to build right back on top of that opening goal. Here is Natasha O'Rourke. Inside to Ciara Walsh. And now spreading play back out towards that far side. This is Hannah Prendergast. A reminder, we're number 30 instead of number 10 here this afternoon. The ball worked well down, but a great block out that far side. I think it was Shauna Slattery who got the hands in front of it. But Sligo being patient in their build-up, looking to get a second shot of the afternoon off, and they've managed to. I believe that was the number 14, Rebecca Higgins. And it's an early 1-1 to no score lead here. DCU yet to have any sort of possession to build off. They'll be hoping to start it from this free. Now all the way back to the keeper, Orla O'Connor from County Galway. Sligo applying early pressure as DCU trying to work it out from the back, but they've done well here to bring it up. Coming across midfield now. Here's Shauna Hagan. Looking for her options down the line, being forced back the ways though by Sligo. She's done well to get past her marker, and Hagan continues down this left-hand side. And now it's the number 19, Emma O'Brien, who was involved. Now Rebecca Riley. Just going back into a more central position, perhaps trying to open up space on either wing to try and utilise. Here's Caitlin Doherty. Out now to Emma O'Brien. And O'Brien with a low kick pass in towards the full forward line, taken well with the back to goal. O'Brien looking to get it back, and she's managed to get it back here. And the ball forced back out wide and left. The shot comes in. And tails wide and to the left. That shot coming in from Shauna Hagan from the Dramard Club in County Longford. Oh, it actually went over the bar, so it did. Yep, that was registered as a point. I looked at tail left from this angle. Now DCU straight back on the attack with another ball in towards the forward line. It's Alana Boland. She's going to let a shot fly with her right foot. And that effort is wide and to the right. A goal and a point early on. DCU have kicked back with a score of their own. And have had a couple of attacks since. And now here they are back on the attack once more. It's number 15, Rebecca Riley. Trying to work the angles. Trying to create a bit of space to let a shot fly. They're just around the outside of the arc. Instead it's inside now towards Mia Mackin, the number 7. And here is a bit of space opening up for DCU as they work the ball well through the hands now out to that right-hand side. It comes back into a more central position, waiting on a shot perhaps coming in from out on that right-hand side, and the shot does eventually come in. It was the number 13, Alana Boland, I believe it was. However, falls wide and to the left, and the score remains as is 1-1 to 1 point. Now the kick out from Catherine Gallagher out towards this near sideline. Right out over the left sideline right here. Towards Emma O'Brien. And now making a move in towards a more central position. The shot dropped short, but still here for DCU if they want to try work another angle. And here is eventually a left-footed effort from Colleen Hughes. It's DCU's second point. First for the vice captain from Latin and County Monaghan. And Gallagher now with a more central kick out. Mark is taken. Here's Hannah Sheehy. As we mentioned, passed an early fitness test here to make sure she was match ready. Up as far as Orla Hennessy. Does well to get past her marker, and now coming in towards a more central position, lays it off to Dervla Lynch. And Lynch's effort just falls wide and to the right, but that was a well-worked move by Sligo. Again, they move with efficiency in the attacks that we've seen so far. So 6.5 minutes played here at the DCU Sports Grounds. Sligo again forcing the turnover from the DCU kick out. That's a couple times now early in this game. Rebecca Higgins driving into a more central position. And she gets the shot away. And that's her second of the afternoon. Now we wait on the kick out from Orla O'Connor out towards that far right hand side, taken very well in a midfield position there by DCU, and now played out towards O'Brien on this near left hand side, however intercepted well in defence by Natasha O'Rourke. And two Sligo players just going for the ball at the one time created a bit of confusion and allowed DCU to sweep in and turn over possession and go back on the attack themselves. Now with the ball on this left hand side, they're recycling play once more to Rebecca Riley, and now moving into a more central position with Rhiann Smith. Here is Anya Smith moving it back out to Rhiann Smith once more. Smith has continued her run, but intercepted well in the defence there by number 27, Cara King. And Sligo managed to clear their lines, and it's Anna McDaniel now getting them back on the attack as they cross over the 45, going up against the challenges there of Mia Mackin. Sligo remain in possession. Now here's a ball into a more central and dangerous position. How will it bounce? How will it break? Who's going to get on the end of it? There's two Sligo players there. And the shot eventually from Kiva Farmer, knocked out for a 45. Farmer from Emmyvale and County Monaghan. But again, there's a directness to Sligo's play here early in this game, and it's rewarded them with 1-2 so far. It's taken short towards King, and now worked well through the hands. And that's a great score there from Hannah Sheehy, and it's her first of the game. Breaking ball. Midfield breaks favourably for Sligo, and they go straight back on the attack. Ball worked well through the hands out towards that far sideline, instead coming back into a more central position. Here's a chance maybe of another goal. Great save by Orla O'Connor in the DCU goals there to deny Hannah Sheehy. And here is now Shauna Slattery. Up and into space for Rhiann Smith to chase. It's going to be close, but she manages to get ahead of her marker. Now a crossfield ball into a world of space out on that right hand side, and a chance for DCU to really capitalise here through Alana Boland. Takes on her marker, she's bearing down on goal, and the ball just bobbles out at just the wrong time with a heavy collision as they were heading towards goal. Boland just lost control of the ball at just the wrong time. Catherine Gallagher in goals for Sligo did well to come out and close the angles. We'll have a brief stoppage in play here. Boland had found herself in a world of space out on that right hand side, wasn't tracked as she was standing just inside the arc. It looked almost for a minute as if DCU were going to have a chance to get their first goal here of the contest. but instead Sligo hold on. Cleared out by Gallagher, but turned over and straight back into the hands here of Boland, who plays the ball into the central position, who was being pulled. Let's see what the referee's decision is here. So there'll be no card, but there will be a chance here for Colleen Hughes. Hughes sends it high and into the sky. Is it going to tail in between the posts? It is indeed. That's Hughes' second. And now back to Gallagher's kick out. Finds Ciara Walsh in space. Now Ciara Traynor. Cara King now wearing the number 27 with a kick pass forward as well, intercepted there by the number 7, Mia Mackin. And now Sinead Kelly. And the ball back in the grasp of DCU. 1-3 to 3 points here after 12.5 minutes of play. And a foul on Rebecca Riley as she was just aiming to take on possession. She takes the solo and go option and has utilised it well here as DCU are burned down on the Sligo goal, looking to get another shot away here. But again, great defending back there by Ciara Traynor. That's a couple of times now Sligo have got a vital hand in and have dispossessed DCU as they were heading straight for goal. Rhiann Smith back in a more central position now. Spreads the play for the number 9, Anya Smith, to chase, and she's going to get the chance to collect it as she faces off against Hannah Prendergast. This is now Hughes. Colleen Hughes back out as far as Sinead Kelly. Uses the referee almost as a screen there and manages to get the shot off herself, and it just falls comfortably though into the hands there of Catherine Gallagher. And Sligo now have to work out from their own defence. It's a well-worked move there by Dervla Lynch too as far as Anna McDaniel. McDaniel now with a long, strong run here. Up into DCU territory. Here is, it's back now with Lynch. Some great defending there by DCU of their own accord. They've turned the ball over at the other end, sometimes at the hands of Sligo's great defending, but a display of some there by themselves. Wins the ball back. There's a high challenge coming in there. I believe it's on Prendergast. And Mia Mackin now just receiving a word from the referee. An accidental collision, if anything. We see also Anya Smith is down receiving a bit of treatment. We see the score 1-3 to 3 points here as we approach 15 minutes played. Great big crowds down here for this afternoon's game, this Lynch Cup final. And it was Sligo who had got off to the flying start. It was a goal from Dervla Lynch inside the first attack of play. The DCU have managed to get themselves back into the game. Now Lara McCartan for Sligo gets play back underway. This is now Ciara Walsh. Walsh, I think, wanted to take the solo and go, but it just lost the ball there for a moment. Prendergast back to Walsh. just outside the 45-metre line, just inside now with Cara King, who's inside the arc perhaps, looking at taking a shot. She does let one go. And it drops and it bounces over the bar. And she had the space and she had the time. She didn't hesitate and she took the shot. It's now 1-4 to 3 points. And almost a turnover again as possession is being wrestled for, and Sligo have it burned down on goal once more. They forced the turnover at DCU and going to get the shot away. And a free in there as the foul was happening on Rebecca Higgins. But the Sligo pressure is paying dividends once more. We're just waiting to see who's going to be on the end of the free. It's the number 11, AIG Lynch from Killygarry in County Cavan. From that central position, makes no mistake. So that's 1-1 to her name now. Now Orla O'Connor's kick out, getting play back underway. Done well by Anya Smith to keep the ball in. In fact, the linesman has just raised his flag and wasn't spotted there for a minute by the referee, but it's going to be a Sligo ball. And Walsh inside now to King with a bit more space. There's hands up on the inside forward line if the ball's going to go that direction. I think there was just a slip by Rebecca Higgins as she was starting to make a run. Now power and run up that far sideline by DCU and now towards Mia Mackin. This is Shauna Slattery. And now the number 17, Roisin Lennon. Moves the ball on well to Anya Smith and back into a more central position. This is Rhiann Smith. Ball driven in well towards the forward line, taken well as well on the hop. Sinead Kelly from Lurgan and County Cavan trying to create herself just that little bit of space. The ball breaks into space now for Emma O'Brien. It's played up and in behind. O'Brien's continued to run and she gets it back, a chance to get a shot off and goal. Instead takes her point. That was a well-worked move, a patient move there by DC. And Emma O'Brien gets her just rewards at the end of it. It's 1-5 to 4 points here. In favour of Sligo. Cara King. Seen plenty of possession in the last few minutes as we approach almost 20 minutes played here. King carries the ball into the challenge, lays it back towards Natasha O'Rourke. O'Rourke now spreads it out to Hannah Prendergast and the ball's moved up through the hands well here by ATU Sligo. Prendergast gets it back once more, low ball in towards the forward line. Higgins on the turn, and ball just knocked out brilliantly there by the DCU defence. Now Dublin with a chance to break back into attack themselves. This is with Shauna Hagan. Hagan carries it up over midfield and now gets the ball back herself inside towards Rebecca Riley. Lays off to O'Brien once more, just spills it for a moment but manages to regain possession, takes the ball well through the challenge, driving down this left hand side. And now cut back in to create a better angle for shooting. That's a fantastic score if it makes the way over. In fact, it's just going to drop short there. It was Colleen Hughes who had let the shot fly. She took it well on the turn, but just a little bit too much air under it. Dealt with well by Catherine Gallagher in the Sligo goals. just slow to get back to her feet here. So Gallagher to get us underway again. And goes short and into the hands of Leanne Galvin from Shamrock Gales in Sligo. Here is McCartan. And Walsh with a great move just to create herself a half yard of space, and now can put Sligo straight back on the attack. It's a great kick pass into space. There's 2 Sligo players out that direction, and instead it's taken over by the number 28, Anna McDaniel. She's knocked out of her hands for a moment, but she's still in possession, and she's managed to beat her marker here, looking to get the shot away. It was just over carried just as she was letting the shot fly. So again, we can see that Sligo, when they're attacking with pace and with purpose. They're kicking the ball into space. DCU much more measured through the hands. It's 2 good styles of play that are matching up well against each other here, providing an entertaining first half for us. There's 22 and a bit minutes played. Rebecca Riley. And intercepted well there by Cara King, and a chance now as Hannah Sheehy breaks forward for Sligo. King's been everywhere so far for Sligo in this first half. Sheehy looking to get the shot away. I think her own player just blocked her from getting the shot away. Sheehy again. No advantage was played, so it's going to be a free in for Sligo, but they're ferocious in the challenge and ferocious in going for the interceptions. And it's been their strength so far in this first half. It's AIG Lynch now with 1-1 to her name already, who's going to be taking this free. King just getting a little bit extra treatment, but that all come from the interception there of Lynch is just receiving the extra bit of treatment, I should say. But the move all started from the interception of Cara King, who turned the ball over in favour of Sligo again. And Hannah Sheehy, she wanted to get the shot off a couple times, but it just didn't break in her favour. Now a chance for AIG Lynch from the free. And that's now 1-2 to her name so far this afternoon, and moves the score to 1-6 to 4 points in favour of ATU Sligo. And again, they've turned over DCU. That's been their strength so far in this first half, and it's a second goal off the back of it. Kiva Farmer. She won the turnover herself, did it all herself, and finished off well into the bottom corner of the net, just putting it away from the keeper. And Sligo now with a command in this game. It's back to Hannah Sheehy. She's well placed pass to the inside there. Here's coming another shot in. It was Orla Hennessy who let fly, but it just dropped into the hands of Orla O'Connor. 2-6 to 4 points. Rebecca Riley. DCU now are going to have to go chasing in the last few minutes of this half if they want to keep themselves within touching distance for the second half. Here's a ball in towards the forward line. It's going to bounce awkwardly. Who's going to be the first to get under it? The springy surface here on the 3G. It's Colleen Hughes driving right towards the end line, taking on the challenges. It's not out yet. And now she's been done for over carrying, and Sligo again forced the turnover. And Hannah Sheehy up towards Prendergast, off the shoulder. It's the number 11, AIG Lynch. She had a great impact in this first half. Rebecca Higgins has her head up looking for her options. There's runs coming off the shoulder left and right. Orla Hennessy trying to break through the lines, but DCU, to their credit, still battling on. Got a hand in, forced the turnover. And now a chance to break out from the shadow of their own goal post here. Turn defence into attack if they can. But again, Sligo are all over everything, but trying to force the turnovers. Emma O'Brien just being redirected as to where to take the free. Sinead Kelly. The ball carried into the challenge. Anya Smith had lifted her elbow there. Sligo get the ball back now with Rebecca Higgins. Cuts to the inside. Going to get a shot away. And that one just nips over the bar. And the white flag is raised again. That's Rebecca Higgins' third score of the game so far. 2-7 to 4 points is the score. Now from their own kick out, breaking forward with Shauna Hagan. Here come DCU in desperate need of a score now. Sligo have got the last couple. And here's Colleen Hughes. She lets one fly and there we go. That's a great reply. It's Colleen Hughes' third point of the game. And now an important kick out here in terms of possession in the last few minutes of this half. Catherine Gallagher, and comes towards this near sideline. It finds Ciara Walsh perfectly. It was a great kick out by Gallagher. And again, another long ball driven in towards the forward line. Higgins trying to get underneath it. She's done really well. Oh, fantastic save there by Orla O'Connor in the DCU goals. Higgins would have thought she had a certain goal there. But Orla O'Connor made herself big. Fantastic save. But Sligo remain in possession. Orla Hennessy now to the inside with Lynch to Sheehy. And Sheehy converts the point. And a second point for Hannah Sheehy. Although Sligo would have thought they could have come away with more there, if not for the fantastic save of Orla O'Connor. Now here is O'Connor with the kick out. It's towards Emma O'Brien. She manages to get her hands on it. It's a breaking ball though. She's being hassled by Natasha O'Rourke, who's putting in the challenge, but O'Brien does well. And moves the ball up the line through Ellen Canavan. Carries the ball into the challenge, although over carried it. And now taking the solo on go, going straight back on the attack. Sligo, as we've said a couple of times in this first half, are relentless in their pursuit going forward. Derva Lynch has her head up looking for her options. Here is Hannah Sheehy. Here's Kiva Farmer, but it's been turned over. Now towards Ellen Canavan again. A battle now between Rebecca Riley and the number 5 Natasha O'Rourke. And a foul and a free one for Sligo. 29.5 minutes played here. We will no doubt have a couple minutes added. Here is Ciara Walsh, twists and turns and does well to create the space for herself, and now puts the ball in towards the forward line. It's Anna McDaniel there to chase. And she managed to keep it in, she has. And now she has options on the inside. Hannah Sheehy showing. McDaniel's earned herself an advantage, manages to get the shot away, but it's brought back for the free in off the advantage. To 8 to 5 points. Lynch now coming over, looking to add to her tally so far in this first half. She's got herself a goal and 2 points, looking to make it a goal and 3. The wind just starting to pick back up again. It is in favour of Sligo ever so slightly in this first half. Lynch lets the free go, however that one tails wide and to the right. Now we'll see, will O'Connor get the kick out, or is that the last action of this first half? And keep an eye on referee Seamus Mulvihill. And indeed that is the last action of the first half, so Sligo got off to a flying start. DCU managed to get themselves back into it for a time. They were chipping scores away at the other end, but Sligo, in terms of their challenges, their interceptions, their tackling and their scoring, find themselves 2 points and 2 goals and 8 points, 5 points up here at the break. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with second half action shortly. All right, everybody, welcome back to the DCU Sports Grounds. We're getting ready for the second half of the Lynch Cup. It's ATU Sligo who lead 2-8 to DCU's 5 points. A score and blitz towards the end of that first half by Sligo sees them firmly in control on the scoreboard here. Derval Lynch with a goal and 2 points in that first half. Kiva Farmer with the other goal. Rebecca Higgins has 3 points of her own. Hannah Sheehy knocked over 2. And Cara King with a point. As for DCU, well, their scores have come from 3 from Colleen Hughes, 1 from Emma O'Brien, and the other from Shauna Hagan. We're just waiting now on everybody making their way back to their positions. And we'll wait on referee Seamus Mulvihill from County Kerry to get the action back underway. Thank you very much indeed for joining us on our stream this afternoon. Don't forget we have the Giles Cup coming up at 2 o'clock as well, between DCU and UCD. But our attentions at the moment firmly focused here on the AstroTurf between ATU Sligo and DCU. And again, just a reminder of the wind. It sort of died down for portions of that first half, but picked up again towards the end, and perhaps that was something that Sligo were using to their advantage, and we can see DCU getting straight back on the attack to start the second half. And Anya Smith, the number 9. And that's exactly the start that DCU would have wanted. Now, the kick out from Catherine Gallagher towards this near sideline is wrestled to keep the ball in possession. However, it's just gone out over the sideline. Oh, no. And an injury here, and a bit of pain caused to the DCU player. And I think we could be in for a bit of a lengthy stoppage here. It was just an accidental collision between the number 7 Mia Mackin and Derval Lynch on this near sideline. And an early stoppage in this second half. Mackin receiving treatment. And Mackin, she's making her way back to her feet. If you are just joining us, at about a minute played in this second half. DCU had just got the first point of the second half when a collision on this near sideline between Mackin and Lynch has forced us into an early stoppage. And Mackin, to her credit, is back on her feet. It looks as if she's going to try and check it out. And there is Mackin back to her feet. That's great to see. Although we'll wait and see if DCU opt to use any of their substitutions. Mackin hobbling about, her left knee, I believe, is causing her the problem. But nonetheless, the action is back underway. And we're paused again, I think. Making just a first bit of contact again after getting back to her feet, and that will be the end of her afternoon here. Fair play to her, she had got up and was wanting to play on. But we are paused again here in play. It's an unfortunate scene to see. You never want to see anybody injured, but especially considering Mackin had done her best to get back to her feet, and the first bit of contact she endured after that. And she's receiving a round of applause as she makes her way off the field. Mia Mackin from Clonagale and County Roscommon. She's been replaced. I'll just wait and see who it is coming on in her place. It's the number 18, Shog Riley from Arva Killashandra in County Cavan, and the action is now back underway. And here's a bouncing ball and a chance for DCU, straight in behind, looking for a goal of their own, and they've got one. Colleen Hughes. And what a massive swing of momentum at the start of this second half. 1-3 now for Hughes on the day. And Sligo, who have yet to win the ball in this second half now, will look to respond. Here is number 27, Cara King. Through the middle, it's Lara McCartan on a driving run, has options ahead of her, and a ball in behind. Instead goes out towards, well, it was going to go towards the right-hand side, but instead it says in a more central position. This is Ciara Walsh. Now they come to the left with the number 15, Kiva Farmer, and a pass over the top back to Walsh. Here is Hannah Sheehy, 2 points so far this afternoon for her, maybe looking for a third. Instead it's off as far as Higgins. Now Cara King once more, driven and forced out wide by the DC defence. Now Sligo being forced to recycle the ball. King takes the ball into the challenge. Here's now Natasha O'Rourke to Dervla Lynch. 1-2 for Lynch so far this afternoon. Will she be able to add to her tally here? This is a good and strong run. Moves it out one more as far as Higgins. Higgins now cuts back to the inside and gets the shot away. It comes off the post. It's going to drop back into play. It's not cleared yet. And it falls comfortably into DC hands. I think it's the number 5, Sinead Kelly. Up to Rebecca Riley. And now DC haven't survived that Sligo attack, looking to go back on the offensive themselves. A misplaced pass and a turnover forced, and now Sligo are the ones back in possession. 2-8 to 1-6 the score here. Sheehy for Sligo, forced to lay the ball off, and now it's Dervla Lynch. Lynch has options ahead of her, looking to cut back on her right foot herself. Long driving run, pass to the inside, and it's shot straight at Orla O'Connor, but it's eventually bundled in. And it's a goal for Sligo, third of the afternoon. Just waiting to see who it was that got it. Orla O'Connor had a fantastic save there. I think that's Cara King. O'Connor, who had a fantastic save in that first half, had another one there, but just couldn't clear it. And the ball bundled into the back of the DC net. And it's now 3-8 to 1-6. And the ball just Just bouncing at an awkward angle there for Caitlin Doherty, and it's back now in Sligo hands, who seem to have settled into this second half. A bit of a disrupted start, but now Anna McDaniels. Here is King, the goal scorer, off the shoulder. Heavy challenge, and it's going to be a free in. The challenge coming in from Shauna Slattery. It was a genuine attempt at a challenge, nothing malicious behind it. But King was bundled over, and it's going to be a free in now for ATU Sligo. 3-8 to 1-6 is the score. AIG Lynch standing over this free, 1-2 to her name so far this afternoon. Will she make it 1-3? And she has indeed. So the kick out from O'Connor. It was DCU who started this second half the strongest, but Sligo have managed to get themselves back into the game in the second half in terms of who was in possession. The lead on the scoreboard. Now Shauna Hagan with a bit of space on this right hand side, being chased by Lynch. Hagan with the ball in towards the forward line. It's going to bounce awkwardly between 2 or 3 players, and it spills between them all and trickles all the way back into space for Anna McDaniel to collect. And McDaniel now tasked with clearing their defensive lines for Sligo. DC applying a bit of pressure, but Daniels, who let it off and found herself in a pocket of space, gets possession back. Although DCU have forced a turnover. And the solo and go option is taken. It's now with the number 8, Shauna Hagan. Hagan with a quick 1-2 and gets the ball back and gets a shot away herself. And it's Hagan's second point of the afternoon from the Dramard Club in County Longford. And that leaves us with a scoreline of ATU Sligo 3-9, DCU 1-7. Just looking to the far sidelines, no other changes made as of yet. And Catherine Gallagher with a well-placed kick out straight to Cara King. Now Laura McCartan, another strong drive and run from McCartan. We've seen one of those just a few minutes ago. She's still in possession. She's going up against Shauna Slattery, forced to recycle possession, and it's into the hands of Orla Hennessy. Hennessy now continuing out that right hand side, lays it off to Higgins, who's closest to her. Higgins goes with a kick pass towards the inside. Hennessy has managed to stay on her feet, and that's a fantastic score there. Well worked by Sligo. I think it was the number 13, Orla Hennessy, who was on the end of it. Yes, it was. From Timahoe and County Laois, and it's their first score of the afternoon, and that's now a 9-point game again as we look at it, 3-10 to 1-7. But DCU, not to be perturbed, go back on the attack themselves with Rebecca Riley. Now into a more central position with the number 11, Rianne Smith. Here's Hagan. Sends that one high into the sky, and that's going to curl between the posts. That's a fantastic score there from Hagan. Should 1 in the first half, now 2 in this second half. To bring DCU's total up to 1-8. Gallagher's kick out. Here is Lynch. Ball worked well again by Sligo through the hands. This is Leanne Galvin. Up as far as Hannah Sheehy. Has options ahead. Instead goes off the shoulder to Anna McDaniel. And now kick pass into a more central position, but that's intercepted well. And DCU now with a chance to go straight back on the attack. Alana Boland. She turns with a kick pass forward towards the forward line. Back was turned to goal initially there by Colleen Hughes, who plays a lovely diagonal ball, but again defensively Sligo snuff out an interception. and carrying the ball through the challenge. Orla Hennessy. Hennessy continuing in possession, looking for her options, going to be forced to come back to Ciara Walsh. Walsh now has help to the outside and options in the middle. And that's where she goes. Between two Sligo players at the moment, it's Natasha O'Rourke who gets on the end of it. Anna McDaniel has an advantage behind her and lets a shot fly from a tight angle out that far side. Is the ball going to stay in? It's just knocked out over play, and referee Seamus Mulvihill calls it back for the advantage. We'll see it'll most likely be AIG Lynch on the end of this free. As we mentioned, 1-3 so far this afternoon. So a chance to extend the lead here for Sligo. Lynch with the free. It's going to drop short. It might stay in play. It depends where it bounces. The ball's battling around. But it's DCU who come away with it. It's the number 17. It's Roisin Lennon up the line as far as Caitlin Doherty. Doherty being chased by Ciara Walsh. Doherty's done well here to hold on to possession. This is a long drive and run right up this right touchline. The sideline, I should say. And the ball to the inside. Intercepted though and turned over again by Sligo. They found themselves a free off the back of it. It was Leanne Galvin who was in there for ATU Sligo. It was Ciara Walsh who was fouled in the end. And Hannah Sheehy is being substituted off here. Her afternoon has come to an end. She finishes with 2 points, and on in her place comes the number 25, Nisha McDonough. So back underway. Orla Hennessy. Hennessy now with space just spills the ball as she was trying to break forward. It was a breaking ball between two in the midfield there. Anna McDaniels was one of them, but it's DCU who come away with it. Now with Shauna Hagan out that far left-hand side. Cutting back into a more central position, perhaps looking to get the shot away. They do have the advantage in their back pocket, so they can get a shot away here. No advantage, says the referee, so it is going to be a free in. Oh, and that free just manages to make its way over there from Colleen Hughes. Off the crossbar and over, and that moves her tally to today to 1-4. As DCU, now they go to the bench themselves. Caitlin Doherty is the one who's been taken off. I'm just waiting to see on the number of the player who's come on in her place for Caitlin Doherty from Buncrana in County Donegal. Has been substituted off here after a great performance for DCU. Sligo under pressure. It's the number 21 that's come on, Aoife Doohan from Cloughaneely in Donegal. So a swap of the Donegal players. And now Cara King for ATU Sligo. AIG Lynch scores 3-10 to 1-9 here. in this Lynch Cup final, AIG Lynch Cup final. Breaking ball knocked away by Lara McCartan, just as it looked it was going to be breaking favourably there for DCU. Inside towards Natasha O'Rourke. DCU applying a heavy press here. They're looking to get possession back, but Sligo have done well to break through the lines. Cara King. And King gets it back once more. She's been all over the field today. Sligo recycling possession out round the arc. Inside towards Rebecca Higgins. And the shot coming in, it drops just short of from the number 17, Ella McNamara, who's come on. I think that might have been in place of Hannah Prendergast. So number 17, Ella McNamara, in the game for ATU Sligo from Dunkiernan in Leitrim. But it's DCU who are in possession, but they've kicked it straight back and straight into the hands of Orla Hennessy, who puts a ball into the forward line first time. It just gets away slightly from Rebecca Higgins, but she's going to be able to keep it in play. She has the help of Cara King there if she needs it. Rebecca Higgins lays it off now to Anna McDaniel. And that effort just wide of the right upright. O'Connor goes short with the kick out, but the ball played well into space here for Alana Boland. Boland now with her head up and looking for options again. That's a well-placed pass into the path of Aoife Doohan, whose solo almost got away from her, but she's done well to hold on to possession, and she's been fouled as she was driving forward. And the solo and go option was taken. I'm not sure even DCU thought they were going to get away with that, but they did. Rhiann Smith with her first point of the afternoon. And now just 6 between the sides. It's 3-10 to 110 here in favour of ATU Sligo. Turned over again by DCU, who get a chance to go straight back on the attack. This is the number 10. Oh, it's dropped inside, lovely. Rhiann Smith has been fouled on her way in. The number 10, Emma Hickey, has been introduced as well. Was involved in that passage of play. Now just a bit of treatment being administered here to one of the Sligo players. They're just saying there's about 22, 23 minutes played, but we did have those lengthy stoppages at the start of this second half. But when play resumes, it's going to be Colleen Hughes, who has 1-4 to her name, looking to add to her tally, bring the gap back to within 5 points. Will DCU have enough time? Can they garner enough momentum to close the gap and perhaps tie this game? It'll all start with this kick from Colleen Hughes from Latin and County Monaghan. She splits the uprights. That's now 1-5 for Hughes so far this afternoon. And the kick out from Catherine Gallagher. Oh, we're just going to have a retake of the kick out. There's players inside the arc, I believe it was. Now both teams seem to be going to the bench. Leanne Galvin is off for Sligo. We'll see who it is on in her place. So Leanne Galvin has seen her race run this afternoon. And we'll get the substitute on in her place in a minute, but it's Cara King in possession for the moment. Dervla Lynch now off the shoulder. A good strong run here by Sligo. A quick 1-2 exchange between Waltz and Lynch continuing to drive forward, has options ahead of her. Lovely ball in behind, a chance here of a goal. And it's not over yet. It's been bundled around on the inside, cleared off the line, and it's going to be a penalty. Brennan, as she was going in through on goal, she managed to get a shot away, but as the ball was being bundled around, I'm not sure exactly where the foul come from. There were too many bodies in the way for us to see. But this presents a chance for a fourth goal of the game for ATU Sligo and a second for Dervla Lynch. So it'll be Lynch versus O'Connor. At present, there's 5 between the sides here. This could be a crucial moment in this match. It's Lynch versus O'Connor. And it's saved by O'Connor, who has had a monstrous performance, but it's not entirely cleared away yet. And Lynch manages to knock it into the back of the net on the rebound. Dervla Lynch now with 2-3 to her name this afternoon. But credit must be given to Orla O'Connor, who has had a fantastic performance between the sticks today. A couple of vital saves at times, and a penalty save included. But it was just on the rebound that Lynch reacted the quickest. And now 4-10 to 111 is the score. Eight points the gap between the sides now. Here's Shauna Slattery for DCU. Up to Rebecca Riley. Riley continuing her strong run. She has an advantage in her pocket to play with. And no advantage found, so a free in. The solo and go option is taken. It just gets away slightly, and it's Cara King again with that interception. Here's now the number 25, Nisha McDonough of Sligo. Look to build on this 8-point lead that they've built up here in the second half of this AIG Lynch Cup final. A lovely ball in towards the forward line. It was Leighton Murphy with the interception. And a vital one at that, as Sligo would have been bearing down on goal again. Slattery. Over the top to Anya Smith. Has her head up looking for her options, being hassled by the challenge of King. Back to Rebecca Riley. Now to Rhiann Smith. And now Emma Hickey plays it down the line for Aoife Doohan to chase. And play is recycled through Smith. He's trying to make something happen through the middle here. The fist pass out towards this right-hand side. But again, intercepted by Sligo, and just the lines being cleared at this stage, but it's kicked straight back to a DCU player. And it's Sinead Kelly from Lurgan in County Cavan. Ball turned over both ways several times, and it's DCU who remain in possession and now have themselves a free in. Shauna Hagan takes the free out towards Aoife Doohan, who's forced to chase. Doohan fouled there by Dervla Haley from the Southern Gales in County Kerry. 4-10 to 111 the score. As Colin Hughes lets this free go, and it drops just wide and to the right. And again, more substitutions being made on that far sideline. Number 22, Heather Kearns from Boyle and Roscommons being introduced. That's in place of number 5, Natasha O'Rourke. So both sides utilising the full bench here as we approach the final few minutes of this contest. Into the hands of Anya Smith. Rebecca Riley going up against Cara King. Rianne Smith into a more central position now. This is Shauna Hagan. Works the ball through the hands to Emma Hickey. A well-placed hand pass and a drive and run through the Sligo defence, but the ball's been spilled out and turned over again. And again, the ATU Sligo defensive performance has been one of the strong points. They've kicked 4-10, but their defending has been fantastic as well. However, DCU remain on the attack towards Sinead Gould, but Heather Kearns, the substitute, making an instant impact, and now up to King. As we approach the conclusion of this one, it's Rebecca Higgins, who still has energy and pace in the legs and manages to find a teammate who's coming off the shoulder, but DCU back in numbers for defence all the way back out to Rebecca Higgins. A low, lovely ball to the in behind, and it's a 5th goal. It's Anna McDaniel. Anna McDaniel moves the score out to 5-10 to 111 from Coolera Strand Hill. Has had a fantastic performance since being introduced to this game. And again, still strong defensively for ATU Sligo, 5-10 to 111. And as we approach the end of this one, it's a more than uphill battle now for DCU. Sligo have a fantastic performance. DCU, to their credit, haven't given up all game long. They come out firing at the start of this second half, but once ATU Sligo found their feet again, they were back to the tip-top form that they were in that first half, and they're still not done yet as they work the ball up that right-hand side. And another point is knocked over. Just trying to get the number of the score, but it's now 5-11 is the score. Will this be the last action of the game? The kick out from Orla O'Connor comes. DCU do find themselves in possession. 12 points the gap between the sides here, 5-11 to 111. Here's Ciara Walsh, now to the number 20, Dervla Healy. To Orla Hennessy. From Timahoe and County Laois, who again in this second half has had a fantastic performance. There's Cara King, who's been everywhere for ATU. Although just spills at that time. And a hot ball. And that is it. That's it, all done and dusted here. It's ATU Sligo with the first ever win in the Lynch Cup, 5-11 to 111 over DCU. And great scenes of celebration on the field there and from the supporters on the sideline here. They come flying out of the gates in that first half. DCU managed to keep within touch and distance up until half time. But in this second half, they were the far stronger team, both in attack and in defence. And a much justified and deserved win here this afternoon. The presentation will be coming up here shortly on the stream, so do stay with us. But in terms of commentary, we're going to step aside here and let the celebrations commence. It's ATU Sligo who win the Lynch Cup for 2026 with a final score of 5-11 to DCU's 1-11. massive.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
much.
Am I facing?
No,
Am I
face the
facing
knees.
the camera?
Face the knees. What way are you doing it? It's happy enough. Okay, folks. Thank you very much to both teams. It is my honour, first of all, to do the first presentation of the day, and it is for the most valuable player of the game for the Lynch Cup. And believe it or not, it's to a young lady called Dervla Lynch.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all here. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to Doka Sports Campus for our Lynch Cup final. Congratulations to both teams. A wonderful display from you both out there today. I'd like to thank our referee, Seamus Mulvihill, and his team of officials. Thank you for officiating for us today. And I'd like to thank our sponsors, AIG, for your continued support of our HSC competition. It truly is. We truly are grateful. Garmila Mahagut. And now it gives me great pleasure to present the Lynch Cup to the captain of the Sligo, ATU Sligo, Ciara Corrigan.
I'm going to keep this short. Thanks for everyone for coming out today. The support and the sideline was brilliant. It really kept a great atmosphere going. A massive thank you to DCU for hosting this weekend. Facilities are class, so thank you very much. Massive thanks to the referee and all the officials. He's done a great job today. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. To DCU, girls, we've met you a few times now and it's always been a great game against you. These are a great bunch. No doubt she'll be back next year. Fair play. To our own bunch, girls, you are an unreal bunch, honestly. Love playing with you, love training with you. Thank you for an amazing 4 years of playing with you. To Liam, Nikki, Leonie, Aaron, thanks for all the hours and all the work you put in with us. It's so appreciated. No, thank you very much, everyone. That's all.
Go and enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much.
Joined now by player of the match, Dervla Lynch. Congratulations, you're the Lynch Cup champions for 2026. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Delighted with the win today. The girls really put in a good shift. This is their 4th or 5th time playing DCU, so it was always going to be a tough match. But thankfully, we pulled through and we're on the right side. So yeah, delighted.
You got off to a flying start. You said a goal almost inside the first sort of minute or whatever else. You were playing with a bit of a wind, but even you kept that up in the second half. First of all, tell us about that first half and just the start that you had.
Yeah, just before the game, we wanted to get a good start. First 10 minutes, we go in hard for everything and get the lead, and we just kept rolling on with that. And then in the second half, we're just like, we have to keep going, keep the heads up, and keep ploughing on. So thankfully, the scores keep ticking over, and yeah, it was great.
You certainly did, and 2-3 from yourself, I think it was in the end. You must be pleased with that return.
Yeah, happy enough. The girls did all the hard work around me. I just slotted them over when I could. So, girls winning ball back and travelling up the pitch, and I was just up there and just slotted them over when I could. So, it was all the hard work from the girls around me.
There were plenty of celebrations this evening.
Yes, definitely. This is my last year, so definitely going to go out with big celebrations.
Brilliant, Dervla. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thanks, folks.